Could tell you that they love you when they never mean it. True love come from God in the name of Jesus. Turn my back on the king, I committed treason. Thank God he forgives, and I was named a preacher. I'm screaming Jesus.
What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am switching gears. I want to get into some NFL talk. It seems like a lot of teams are prepping for minicamp. They're prepping for, the preseason, which is coming up. I believe next month most teams should have 3 games in preseason. So I know a lot of teams are built up for the preseason. A lot of people are excited to see these guys in pads. A lot of the younger talent in pads. But there's some quarterback play going on, and I'm just looking around the league and just seeing, what's the quarterback situation for certain teams. And I'm looking at this Raiders team, and I'm seeing there's a little quarterback competition going on between Gardner Minshew and Aidan O'Connell. It seems like these are 2 guys that are respectable. These are 2 guys that, both, the locker room loves both guys. I mean, this is, pretty much a competition of who is going to lead this team to winning next season, because that's what it's all about, for the Raiders team. It's all about, winning. Before we talk about, playoff contentions, just looking at the season last year, I definitely think that the Raiders, it's all about winning, and I think that should be the expectation. But it starts at quarterback. And just doing my research and just, getting quotes, hey, man, it looks like O'Connell might get the head start, man. He might get the head nod to start this year, and a lot of momentum is building towards Aidan O'Connell's way. And I'm just going to read you guys a quick quote from Davante Adams, and he quote, this is what he says. He says, "I think right now, if I had to say, I think Aidan has the job." Adams says, "At the end of the day, I don't have a preference other than the fact that I want somebody that's confident and ready to go when it's time to do it. So whoever that is, that's who I want throwing the ball, the football to." I mean, this guy was, going through it last year. As I'm watching the Netflix series, Davante Adams was going through it. And just poor quarterback play by Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, just last season was a disaster, but it's all about this year, and it's all about who's going to be the quarterback. And looking at O'Connell, guys, I watched a lot of his highlights, and I'm seeing a lot of potential in Aidan O'Connell. I mean, he is a really good pocket passer. And just looking at last season, I felt like he progressed last year. We started to see, he showed more pulls, him just getting the ball out on time. This guy was accurate throwing the football in short passes, medium passes. O'Connell, he looked really good on executing, doing bootleg play action plays. I think that's when he's at his best. Looking at last season, like I said, he progressed a lot. He got real comfortable within his offense, communicating with players, getting guys out the huddle, changing his protection at the line of scrimmage. He's shown a lot of leadership, and I think that's why a lot of this Raiders players and teammates, they are all in to go to war with this guy. I mean, this kid is really young, but he's shown a lot of promise that, he can be a consistent, accurate thrower down the field. And I just think that he's in a really good position when you look at Davante Adams, having a true number 1 receiver. I mean, this team looks like they have a lot to prove this year, and that's why I think that this Raiders team is going to, show out. I think with Aidan O'Connell, being the pocket quarterback he is, I know he's going to deliver throws down the field. I know he's going to get guys involved. He has a young tight end in Myers. And then you're looking at Jacoby Myers, ex-Patriots. He's a really good route runner. I do think that this Raiders team can do something special. And again, the only thing that I would say with Aidan O'Connell, I think his biggest improvement for next season should be, understanding defenses, reading opponents' defensive schemes, knowing defensive players' responsibilities and coverage, just those kind of things I think Aidan O'Connell needs to work at. But other than that, I mean, I think another big thing, too, is, working on some deep throw connections with Davante Adams. Again, Davante Adams, I believe he is the best receiver in the NFL. So when you have a guy with that much talent, you have to be able to build that chemistry where, again, Davante Adams, he's a deep threat receiver, and you're going to need big plays to move the chains. And I think with Aidan O'Connell, building that chemistry with Davante Adams, I think that's going to be the catalyst of this offense. That's going to be the catalyst between winning and losing, because we all know in this league, you got to have big plays. You got to be able to connect on big plays. And Davante Adams, he can run any route. He can get open at any time. And I think that's what's going to further O'Connell, that's going to further his confidence, and he should feel good that, whatever game he's walking into, that he can score against any defense. That has to be the mentality. But we're seeing so much good things from Aidan O'Connell. And again, Gardner Minshew, he's a good quarterback. He has some good years with the Jaguars, and then, him playing for the Colts, he had some good years. And when you really look at both players, they're both similar. They both completed the same amount of, passes last year. But I will say that O'Connell has the head nod to me, because I think a lot of guys in the locker room, they see the leadership. Seeing him, play quarterback last year, they've seen the progression, and they've seen how poised he was in the pocket, taking hits and, making throws down the field. I think that this quarterback competition, I think it's going to be over, man. I think O'Connell, he has the momentum, and I definitely believe he's going to be the starter. So for you Raider fans, I just want to just do a quick video, but I want to hear what you guys think about this quarterback position, and who do you think it should be the starter? And do you think it is Aidan O'Connell? Again, guys, looking at the research, it's looking like Aidan is going to get the head nod. And I think looking at the way he's, progressed throughout last year has shown that he can be a franchise quarterback. Now, do you think Aidan O'Connell can be a franchise quarterback? Drop a comment down below. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys on my next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Tell you that they love you when they never mean it. True love come from God in the name of Jesus. Turn my back on the king, I committed treason. Thank God he forgives, now his name I'm preaching. Screaming Jesus.